Hello friends, I'm Sumit. In this short video, I'll be telling you what is spatial disorientation and what is controlled flight into terrain, often pronounced as CFIT, CFIT. So, in the month of December, our first CDS, our first Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, left us for heaven. Unfortunately, he died on chopper accident. So, one tri-service committee was set up after that incident. The committee was asked to look into the matter and come up with some findings. So the committee has already submitted the preliminary findings to the Union Defense Minister, and these findings suggest that there was no such foul play or sabotage as was speculated by some people. Neither there was any mechanical failure in the chopper, nor there was any negligence on part of pilot. So why this all happened? Well, the findings suggest that when the chopper took off, after some time, it witnessed sudden change in the weather conditions, due to which the aircraft went into the clouds, and possibly pilot could not see properly and could not interpret the altitude or altitude of the aircraft in respect to Earth, which is what we call spatial disorientation. So this term is used when someone is not able to correctly gauge his or her position with respect to something. So the pilot witnessed spatial disorientation. He could not interpret the altitude of aircraft in respect to Earth, and he could not possibly interpret other parameters also. And this led to chopper crashing into hitting some object, some kind of object, obstacle, hitting terrain, right? So that's why it is called controlled flight into terrain. So there is one organization, IATA. So this body sets the safety standards which are to be followed by the airlines across the globe, and it has other functions also. So as per this body, IATA, controlled flight into terrain means when flight is very well under control before the point of impact, or before the occurrence of incident. So if one flight is under control and if it hits some obstacle, some terrain unintentionally, then that is called controlled flight into terrain. So because of invisibility, or you can say because of lack of visibility, the chopper, though chopper was very well under control, but because of lack of visibility, it possibly hit some terrain unintentionally. That is called controlled flight into terrain. Now imagine if some aeroplane is flying over a sea, and because of some mechanical failure, it dives into the sea. So that would not be termed as CFIT, because before the point of impact, or before the occurrence of this incident, the flight was not in control. It was not in control, okay? Because of mechanical failure, it got imbalanced, right? So that would not be termed as CFIT. Similarly, if one flight, you remember 9/11 incident which happened in USA. So that flight was under control, but still it would not be termed as CFIT, because that aeroplane hit the World Trade Center intentionally, because it was hijacked. So it was not unintentional act. So on this, because of this reason, it would also not be termed as CFIT. So the flight should be very well under control. Second criteria is that it should not hit the terrain intentionally. So the flight should be so basically CFIT happens when your flight was well under control before the point of impact and it hit the terrain unintentionally. So that was it. I think this is not the first time. I mean, if you look back in USA between 1992 to 2005, more than 25% aeroplane incidents um account for controlled flight into terrain. So I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for your time.